there, welcome to Mind Made Up, or welcome back. Thank you. I like to do these gray hair updates because I feel like it's still something that it's harder for women to embrace, so I like to be like one of the people adding to the conversation, like, hey, it's okay to have gray hair. If this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, I stopped dyeing my hair in February 2019. It is now February 2022 while I'm filming this, so 3 years later. And last year I did a big chop. So what we have here is like a year's worth of hair growth. So I want to talk about what I learned along the way, because growing your hair for 3 years is not a fast process, but it also goes by a lot faster than you would think. But I digress, let's get into it. The first thing I learned is that gray hair really doesn't change everything. It didn't change the way that I thought about my makeup. I really like makeup, obviously. I have like a whole channel basically about it. But it didn't really change the way I thought about makeup. Sure, it can wash you out. You gotta be careful with lip color sometimes, but it doesn't mean you have to change your whole identity, your whole look, everything about yourself just because you have gray hair. I still wear a lot of warm tones because I like them. I don't think you have to do everything cool toned. I don't think you have to change all the colors that you wear clothing-wise. Certainly there are some things that look better, but I don't think you should be discouraged by the thought of having pure white hair and being like, oh, now I'm gonna have to change everything that I like. And I think that's a natural segue into a partnership that I'm really happy with. I got to pick out some pieces from Ana Luisa again. They've always been so kind to me. I think they're just a fantastic brand. They do sustainable jewelry, but they do it for a great affordable price as well. And their pieces are they're just so cute. I'm obsessed with their Instagram, truly. They're currently having a Valentine's Day sale, and I think this is like the perfect time to shop their website because it's buy one, get one 40% off. But get it for yourself. Don't rely on your significant other to buy you jewelry because, you know, sometimes they just don't understand your taste, right? As much as they try. So I was so lucky as to get to pick out 3 pieces, and I'm going to show you what I decided to get. First one I'm wearing is a little A initial necklace. I saw somebody tweet about how they wear their own initial because they love themselves, and I was like, you know what? I like that. I like that version of self-confidence and self-love. Just like, yeah, why wouldn't I wear my own initial? While we're here, I also got a ring. Because I don't have a very large ring collection. But I'm really into pave. Is that how you say it? Pave? Pave? Don't mind my nails. These are not real diamonds, but they're sparkly and yet understated, I'd say, and subtle. So I think that's just it's just a really nice look, and a ring feels very special to me. So if you want to get yourself something for Valentine's Day, why not get yourself a ring if nobody else is buying you a ring, right? And last but not least, because this is a hair video, I said I need to pick up some hair clips, and you're just wait, these are so special, they're so pretty. I love a good baguette cut for I want to say diamonds, but like I don't know any diamonds. You know what I mean though, I like a nice baguette cut. I like a good baguette bread too, so here we are. Please check out the Ana Luisa link below. You're gonna love all their pieces, trust me. There's something for everybody there. There's fun, kind of trendy stuff. There's even heart-shaped stuff done the right way. The right way that I feel like, you know, sometimes we get heart-shaped stuff that we don't necessarily like as much as we should. But this is a good time to just spend some money on yourself. Show yourself some love this Valentine's Day. And get some cute heart-shaped stuff as well that you actually picked out. So what I was saying about the jewelry is you just don't have to change everything about yourself. So don't be worried if you decide that you want to try it, because you're still you. If you're cool and hip and young and funky, you're still, I don't know if somebody hip and funky would use the words hip and funky, but you're still you. You can still do what you want to do. You're not going to look terrible if you still wear gold jewelry and have silver hair. We like to mix metals over here. The second thing I learned is that we're in a very weird and interesting kind of spot when it comes to aging and the perception of it in society. There's this interesting dichotomy of people who, like, there's some very positive movements going on about self-acceptance and like being healthy and having a healthy mindset, even though, like me, I'm overweight right now. But I just don't hate myself the way I used to in the past. Because it used to be like, oh, I look at this person, these magazines growing up, like everyone's so skinny and I'm not. And I thought that when I was 130 pounds, which was a very, very reasonable weight for my height, being 5'8". So I think that we're going in a good direction where you feel more positive and more things being accepted, but then there's this strange other side of everything where people are kind of fighting aging as much as possible. It's like everything has to be youthful, we're all young, we're trying to live forever, I guess. But the amount of people that I watch in the beauty space that do Botox at like under 25 is kind of astonishing to me. It's like you're not even allowed to see what your face looks like, how you're gonna age. The thought of even having forehead wrinkles is just like, whoa. So where does that leave us when it comes to hair? I feel like I still see so many people who are very reluctant to the idea of having their natural hair color, growing out gray hairs. It's like as soon as they see gray hairs, they're like, oh my god, what? And I'll admit, I felt the same way too when I was younger, when I was 17 in the McDonald's crew room bathroom, like picking up my first gray hair, being like, what is this? It shocked me too. It did shock me. But as I got older, I grew up, I just became more, like I said before, accepting of myself, and having gray hair didn't seem like a detriment. It seemed like kind of cool, actually. But I'll get comments sometimes. Most people are happy about it, and they think that my hair is cool, but I will get comments from time to time being like, you're too young to have gray hair, like you shouldn't stop dyeing it. It's like, well, why? I'm not too young because this is the way it's growing out of my head, so that's just your idea of beauty standards. Obviously, we know for men, being a silver fox has been accepted for a long time, but women don't get that same courtesy, so I just think it's interesting. I wonder when having gray hair will be acceptable for women. There's definitely some great movements and people pushing back against it. And it's okay to not want to have gray hair. I don't want to say that if you have gray hair, you should just stop dyeing it, because it's definitely not for everybody. There is definitely, it's nice to be able to experiment with different hair colors. It's nice to be able to change things up, which is something that I understand because I went through it and I did it all. But at a certain point, it's okay to let go of that too. I don't even think I have a definitive kind of like, there's no like, I can't even wrap that one nicely up in a bow for you. It's just, I think that from what I've seen, it's been interesting to see both sides of it. Like there really is a movement pushing towards acceptance, self-acceptance of almost everything in the physical aspects. But then there's definitely the side of people who are just like, oh, we'll get surgery on anything and everything. Like everything has to be perfect. I would never stop dyeing my hair, ever. Like, I want to look young forever. With that being said, the third thing I learned is that it's okay to be attached to your hair. People have a very interesting relationship with their hair. You'll notice, like, it's very emotional for some people. I personally haven't been so attached to my hair. I'm definitely one to, I have been one to switch it up, cut it all off, change colors, just without too much thought going into it. So I don't relate as much, but I do, from this journey, understand, like, hair is a thing for people. Like, me deciding that I wanted to stop dyeing my hair, I definitely had I have a lot of doubt about it. Like, I did it one time before, and then I stick with it. Like, I got 9 months, and then I decided to dye it again. So, I get it. You don't have to be okay with it. It's okay to be attached to your hair. Just because you see a video like this of somebody promoting it, like, you don't have to be all natural. Clearly, I'm not. I'm wearing a full face of makeup. Just reading comments and seeing how much people related to my one video that kind of went viral, it was just interesting to see, like, how much people really do care about their hair, and like how much younger people having gray hair is kind of just like hurt them. And it's interesting to see like how many people who have left me comments being like, oh, I'm like so glad I saw this video because I relate to all of this and I just hate that I have gray hair. Like, people have such a strong attachment to their hair. It's an emotional thing, and I just wish that I wish that it wasn't, but it really is. And I just wish that we could get past that where you wouldn't get bullied for having gray hair if you're in high school. Like, that's sad to me. Or your coworkers wouldn't look at your hair and be like, wow, you got a lot of gray, you should start dyeing that. Like, I just wish that we weren't in that place, but there's this weird thing we have about hair. Just because, like I said before, we just do have this very strange relationship with aging. Aging, honestly, is a privilege, right? That you get to live longer and get wiser, grow older. But I guess we're all just scared of death so much that we just can't even... No, we can't show any signs of aging, because that means we have to come to the reality that we are aging. And that's a scary thought for a lot of people. Definitely a scary thought for me. There's a lot of emotions in hair, so if you're struggling with it and you're just like, oh, I want to stop dyeing it, but I can't bring myself to do it, that's okay. That really is okay. It takes a while to get there. Number 4 thing I learned, tying into the last part I said, takes a while to get there, but when you do get there, you gotta make sure the timing's right. That's not to say that you should procrastinate. If you want to stop dyeing your hair, like, it's best to just start now, because if you wait 2 years, you could be done, right? And then you're looking back and be like, oh, why didn't I just start? You'll never find the perfect time, but I think it is important, if you do care about your hair, which I said a lot of us do have this emotional tie to it, you gotta pick a good time, otherwise you won't be able to follow through. Like, personally for me, I think I picked a great time. I had like a stable job. Because the first time that I actually re-dyed it is because I was job hunting and I didn't want to look like I was sloppy for having roots, which is sad to say, but it's the truth. At the point where I decided to stop, I was very settled and felt very sure of the decision. Now, I definitely don't think you have to feel sure. You can definitely just go with it for a few months and see what kind of your pattern would be, just to see. But when it comes to timing, like, if I was engaged and planning a wedding, I wouldn't want to be going through the grow up process during my wedding. There's some things like that are vain, but they're just reality, you know? So if you have like these, there's always going to be events though. Like, you're going to have to learn how to deal with that. But so I wouldn't say procrastinate over every little thing, but you have like significant things where the pictures will be forever. I think that's something to consider. It's hard to find the right timing, but if you feel it in your gut that you want to do it, go for it, because it's okay to not be okay with it. It's okay to try and then say, you know what, I miss having my brown hair, I'm gonna dye it. There's absolutely no harm in trying. And the last thing that I've learned is that being authentic feels really good. This isn't revolutionary, that's for sure. I think everybody knows deep down that, you know, when you feel like you can be your true self, that's a positive, that's a great feeling. I've had up and down feelings about my hair over the past year, wondering like, oh, I'm just never gonna be able to dye it again, that sucks. Like, what if I want to change things up? But I have never felt more confident right now. I think because I just feel authentic to myself. I'm like, yeah, this is me. And I accept it and I feel like it's cool to me. Now I feel it, now I view it as something that's unique and special to me. I don't just say like, oh, I went prematurely gray, this is horrible. I'm like, I got cool silver streaks, this is awesome. I don't know, there's something about this that just feels right to me, like I should have had it all along. Now that it's longer, I get to style it more, try different hairstyles, because I don't have to worry about like spots where I might have dyed, where I might have missed with the hair dye, and then oh, my gray hair is peeking through. Now my gray hair is on display. I have gray hair, that's okay, and I think it's cool. I think it's cool to accept it. So if you're going through it, you're hating your hair, just think to yourself, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe give it a try. Maybe grow it out a little bit. You gotta get to a certain point where, trust me, like the first 3 months are gonna be hard, 4 months is hard, but once you get to a certain point, it's smooth sailing. And you won't even believe how time goes by so fast. Like truly so fast that it's just so worth it just to start. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I want to thank Ana Luisa again for letting me pick out these pieces. I just love them. They're just so cute. It just makes me feel so confident. So yeah, like I said, use the link below. Why am I holding a piece of paper? I don't know. I wrote a few notes, but I don't even know if I really touched on them. But use the link below. It'll take you right to their website. They have a buy one, get one 40% off. Get yourself something nice for Valentine's Day. Trust me, you're gonna love their stuff. They're sustainable. Everything they do is gonna make your, like these are earrings I have from them. I can wear them for days. They make my ears feel so good. Because they're gold plated, so I'm not allergic to them. Their stuff is just really great. And start wearing your own initial. It's okay to be a little bit vain. We all need some healthy vanity, truly. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I want you to remember, don't just make up your face, make up your mind too. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.